What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be revisiting Papa Roach. So they just came out with a brand new music video for this from the recent album Ego Trip, and every single on this record has been phenomenal, so I'm sure this is going to be no different. I think my number one spot is Dying to Believe, but we'll see. But anyway, so before we get into this one, as always, if you guys have any song requests for me, join everybody in the Discord. First link down below, and if you want to check out all of our full album reactions like we've done to Linkin Park, Evanescence, Daughtry, 3 Days Grace, and a whole bunch of other ones, join everybody in the Patreon. Also linked down below, and that's it. So let's get into Papa Roach. No apologies.
Hello?
Is it the same house from Cut the Cord?
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad, it's me. It's your son, Dad.
I told you to leave me alone. You're not my son.
Come on, Dad. We came a long way.
You won't listen.
Let's talk.
Like, right now, I'm so conflicted because it's very serious and I can feel the drama, but I just can't take them seriously wearing, like, the bunny ears and stuff. But anyway, let's go back 15 seconds.
It's your son, Dad.
I told you to leave me alone. You're not my son.
Come on, Dad. We came a long way.
You won't listen.
Let's talk. Come on.
Leave me alone.
Come on, Dad. Let's get you cleaned up. Hey, Dad, come on. Dad. Relax, Dad.
You can't help me. I'm beyond help.
I hope you know you don't have to say you're sorry. You don't have to live with the heartache you keep, 'cause I don't need no apology.
That's so like 2000s pop punk, eh?
No apologies. Tried to write you out to get some closure. The more the years went by, we got cold shoulders.
I love Jacoby's
The more I
voice.
realized as I got older, we can turn it all around. So don't you beat yourself into the ground. I hope you know you don't have to say you're sorry. You don't have to live with the heartache you keep, 'cause I don't need no apologies. I know you tried your best, I know you struggled. The cards that you got dealt, that gave you trouble.
I love the drum sound in the
Now
mix.
see you in me and I see double. We can turn it all around. I hope you know you don't have to say you're sorry. You don't have to live with the heartache you keep, 'cause I don't need no apologies. We don't have to change the story. You don't have to carry the weight that you keep, 'cause I don't need no apologies. We can turn it all around if you don't turn your back on me. We can turn it all around if you don't
Who's
turn
that?
your back on me. We can turn it all around if you don't turn your back on me. We can turn it all around. I hope you know you don't have to say
know.
No, thank you. Man, I really liked that. That one kind of spoke to me in some sense. Yeah, like it didn't choke me up. Like, the interesting thing about this song is I think it had the capacity, if it was a slow song and it really went into the father's kind of just alcoholism or just his abuse, I think that could have brought me to tears, because that kind of stuff hits close to home, because obviously my relationship with my father was pretty traumatic growing up. And yeah, I just thought this was really beautiful. Well, you know, I've said this many times, but I just feel like Jacoby is, yeah, just a beautiful soul, man. I really appreciate him as a human being, like his vibe and his positivity, and he's one of the few people that can write a song like this and it not feel corny to me. Like this stuff usually comes across to me as very corny. And I have a hard time fully embracing it because I feel like it's just a bit pandering. But, you know, knowing what Jacoby's been through, and I can just feel the sincerity. You know, yeah, this felt very sincere to me. And also at the same time, like, I loved how this had this like 2000s pop punk vibe to it, but like it felt very solid. You know, like a lot of pop punk sounds like poppy. The production's not very heavy. The drums don't hit very hard. The riffs don't feel very, the mix isn't very heavy. This one felt very full. Like the drum had like a real punch to it. Even the guitar had it felt dense. You know what I mean? It felt like it was there. And I just liked how there's that kind of cool riff in the chorus. It's very memorable. Very simple, but very memorable. And just, yeah, Jacoby with the hooks, man. He's definitely one of my favorite hook writers now. You know, just his choruses. They always kind of light me up. You know what I mean? I always just enjoy listening to Papa Roach, because it's emotional to the point of being real, and it doesn't drown in the pain. You know what I mean? Like, Jacoby's always trying to find a way out. He's trying to, yeah, just spread hope, I think. You know what I mean? Like, he shows you the dark side so he can kind of show you the hope. And one thing I want to talk about in the video too is like, obviously you guys have seen a lot of my videos and stuff where I talk about my relationship with my family growing up, my father, and how it's been extremely difficult to let go of some of those resentments. It's been very hard to fully forgive when that person continually, even after you forgive them, continues to do the same thing over and over. You know what I mean? Keeps breaking that line, you know, keeps crossing that line over and over, and it just keeps bringing things back. And you know, I think there is something to be said about, like, I think my father, and I think anyone that we go through these things, I think it kind of, in some sense, becomes easier to forgive them when we really see them falling apart. Like, what's difficult is when, like, they're like, you know, like, let's say, like, extremely wealthy or successful, and so every time they're doing that, it's very hard for you to forgive them in some sense, because they have everything. You know what I mean? Like, they don't seem to, their treatment of you, or maybe your brother, your sister, your mother, or if it's your mom and it's your father or something, like, there doesn't seem to be that karma. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they haven't got what they've been given. And when you see someone who, you know, they're maybe now 60 years old, 70 years old, and, you know, they're sad at this point, you know what I mean? They're actually, you can really see the pain. They're not hiding it anymore. They're not pretending like everything is okay. You know, not saying you can't forgive someone when everything's going well for them, but it's so much easier to forgive someone when you just see how much of a mess they are, and you see that there's that little chink in the armor, that little, like, opening for vulnerability. And, like, I know with me, I really value that, because, like, I can, like, once I see a little hole, an opening of vulnerability, I can be like, all right, you're human. I can target that. You know what I mean? I can empathize with you. We can talk about this. But, you know, when everything's going well, you know, especially, you know, someone who's abusive, it's very difficult for them to even be vulnerable. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the time they're dealing with so much hurt and trauma themselves that to open up anything is like, you know, pulling a thread that will just unravel the entire thing, the entire sweater, right? And so yeah, I really liked that, and I just really like what the song was about. Like, you know, I hope you know you don't have to say you're sorry. You don't have to live with the heartache you keep, because I don't need no apologies. Like, you know, to be completely honest, I wish I was here. I'm not here yet. I know with me, I still want to hear that person's sorry. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not quite there. Jacoby has done a lot of work to be able to not need apologies, to not need an I'm sorry. Yeah. I admire him for that. Absolutely. I tried to write you out to get some closure. The more the years went by, we got cold shoulders. Yep, me and my father. The more I realized as I got older, we can turn it all around. So don't you beat yourself into the ground. I know you tried your best. I know you struggled. The cards that you got dealt, they gave you trouble. Now I see the you and me, and I see double. We can turn it all around. Yeah, and that's the hard thing too, is when you start to see your father, your mother in you, the person that you didn't want anything to do with, and you start to see them in you, and the good and the bad. And I think it changes your perspective on some things. You know what I mean? But anyway, what were your thoughts on this one? Do you guys like it as much as old Papa Roach? Because that's something I want to get into. I want to check out some older Papa Roach for sure, because I love this newer material so much. I just love the vibe of it. And I love Jacoby, and I'd love us to do a full album reaction to these guys. So yeah, let me know, what are your favorite album by Papa Roach? What do you think of their new stuff versus their old stuff? Let me know down below. And lastly, I want to give a big shout out to my tier 3 patrons. So we got Laura, Brianna, Sharon, Adam, Amber, Kelly, Daphne, David, Francis, Gage, Melissa, and Russ. So shout out to all of you guys. I'll see everybody again tomorrow. I love you.